Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Wheel of Fortune for Battlefield 1. And today we're just going to get straight into it, and we get the Medic class, which is probably one of my favourite classes, I'd say. And the Mondragon, which I don't really use a lot, mainly use a Substellada. And we get the Taschen pistol, which is actually very good. It's very similar to the From a Stop, I'd say, and MLE. We get a frag grenades, and I was hoping to get something a bit unique, but a frag grenade's just, boring, same old. And we get the Spike Club, which is good because I don't really use the Spike Club that often. And then we're going to go with the Medic Pouch and the Syringe. So first off, if you watch my first episode, you know how this will work. Every week or so, I will pick a random gun, class, secondary pistol. Basically the whole class apart from the gadgets are picked by the wheels. But we're using the Mondragon Storm trench variant, that's here.
That's first aid for you.
And I never use the I use the Mondragon Sniper now again. It's actually very good. Really quick fire sort of rifle. Long range, this gun is quite good. You'll see in some of these clips that around 3 shots, it's similar to the Substellada, that you get a good kill. And this guy sort of jumps out the window here and just dies, so I just thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, back to the Mondragon. So essentially I never use this gun. I use a Substellada because I believe the Substellada has a bigger magazine, 26 bullets. This only has 10, but the Storm variant of it, it's quite good. I do like a gun with iron sights, but the Sniper variant's good. I've used the Sniper, but I hardly ever used the Storm iron sight variant before. Close range, it's a very good gun, very good. I'd say it's one of the best medic guns at close range. Probably tie with the M19, just because of the fast rate of fire and the damage. The damage is really good on this gun. The only thing that lets it down is the long range accuracy. Sometimes the iron sight sort of sways and you can struggle to get the shots off. And the magazine, obviously, with 10 bullets, you need to make sure that it sort of counts. It's a bit like using the Substellada factory version, the 1906, when you only have 5 bullets. It's very similar to that. Unfortunately for the gameplay, I didn't have actually a camouflage for the Mondragon, so you've got the boring basic wood. I did really enjoy this game actually. It was a really good game. I finished top with the team, the rune not see now. But I did feel myself needing ammo a lot, but I feel like that's the thing with most guns. When I'm using a Substellada, after about sort of 2 gunfights, I sort of need ammo. The pistol, very good. I really like the fact that when you use, for most pistols anyway, when you shoot the whole magazine, you have to reload and then pull back the pin, and then you lose a bullet, so that's why you only have a certain amount. So you start off with 9, but then when you fire all the bullets, the one in the chamber counts as 1, so you end up with 8 instead of 9. With the Taschen pistol, however, instead of cocking it back, you can just keep firing straight away, which is, I like that. The reload time is significantly lower than, say, the MLE in that point. I'm just going to quickly talk about the medic pouches and so why I use the medic pouch compared to the medic crate. First off, the medic pouches, I feel, just are so much easier. If you're a, how can I say, you're not a medic that stays in one place as I am. I like to move around the map. I like to sort of push around. Then you will definitely want to use the medic pouches. You can throw them up to 20 meters in game, which is ridiculous. Get points from that. And obviously the syringe. If you're a medic and you don't have a syringe, I'm sorry, just don't even play medic. But what's the point in being a medic without a syringe? That's the whole point of the bloody game, is to, or as a medic, is to revive people. I don't understand when people just have like rifle grenades on and they have the medic pouches or stuff like that, but they won't have a syringe. As you can see in some of these clips though, coming back to the guns, I sometimes have to use my pistol a lot because there wasn't a lot of support, and if there was, they weren't dropping any ammo whatsoever. So I'm actually out of ammo in this clip with the Mondragon, so I'm having to run around with the Taschen pistol. Eventually I managed to get ammo, but I've noticed that recently that more support are there, but a lot of them just don't drop ammo. This is a good shot here. It's a good long shot. But as I was saying about the support, there needs to be just... I'm not sure if people understand, or it's the same with the medic. If you're playing support and you don't have ammo pouches or crates, what are you doing? Because I came across a few support players and they would just sort of look at me and shake their head as if to say, I've only got crossbow grenade and a repair tool on, and you just have to wonder why. I really enjoyed this game. I think it was because it was I was using something different. For me, the Mondragon isn't better than the Substellada. That's because it's personal preference. I like the Substellada. I've got used to the fire rate. I know when to press the trigger to get a continuous sort of stream of shots going off and not ruining the accuracy. I'm quite good at that. I did enjoy this. The fire rate is very quick, but I just enjoy the Substellada a lot more. It feels a lot more... It deals a lot more impact in my eyes. But that's, again, personal opinion. The only downside I feel that there is to the Substellada is that the ammunition runs down so quickly. Also, the way you reload the two guns is incredibly different. With this, it's similar to the SMLE. You've got 10 bullets and you reload them 5 at a time. And with the Substellada, it's just a magazine, and that's why I prefer the Gewehr, because it's just a magazine load, or 5 at a time, no matter what. So if I shoot 2 bullets, I can reload that gun straight away. So in Back to Basics, that's often my favourite gun to play with. The Spike Club, though, let's talk about that. I only use that once in this entire game clip, because I only use melee if I really need to. I've used the Spike Club before. I'm used to using it. I like it, but I just prefer the hatchet or the sawtooth, simply because with the hatchet you can break barbed wire, and I feel like on certain maps that is so helpful. Even though that barbed wire isn't my major thing in this game, just for getting around certain objectives or getting there first or coming around a different way, but just being able to get rid of barbed wire is such a huge thing. So that's the only reason I put sort of the hatchet above the Spike Club. I just noticed that sniper was floating then. But as you can see from the gameplay, it's a very fast firing weapon, and a lot of the time if it's medium range you're going to win hands down. There's no way anyone's going to outgun you with this gun. I started to take into account making sure I'd fire 5 bullets before reloading, so it was quicker than sort of putting them in individually, which I feel like is also a downside to this gun. The whole sort of, you have to put everything in, a bullet in individually, because I'm one of these players where I'll reload a gun straight after I've been in a gunfight and I know it's safe. But a lot of the time with this gun you've got to be careful when you reload, because the amount of time it takes to reload, you could be in a corridor with a bunch of enemies or something. So I did really enjoy the gameplay. I was surprised how many times I got killed with the same gun, actually. I didn't realise how many people actually used the Mondragon. But after this game, I noticed that I was killed by it a fair few times. And again, that might be why I prefer the Substellada, just because it may be used a lot, but in the games I play, I hardly notice myself getting killed with it. But in situations like this, where I'm, a good 30-40 meters away from the enemies, they have no chance. The Taschen pistol in this sort of situation, running around when my Mondragon's just going to take too long to reload, fantastic. Really loved this class. Really enjoyed playing. I really like the pistol. The pistol's grown on me. I think I may start using it over the MLE, because that was sort of my go-to pistol before I started this whole Wheel of Fortune series. I have a nice camo for it, and I just love that gun. The reload time is quite long, but the Taschen pistol, I was really surprised. I've been killed with it a lot of times. I was just really surprised with how fast it reloaded. I didn't realise how fast it was, and the so that you didn't need to cock the head back. So could be an opportunity. I think the Mondragon, it's actually a really good class setup, this one. I would have preferred smoke, simply because obviously what I'm doing now, running around reviving people. At this point in time, the train was out, so shooting and cavalry units were everywhere. It's a bit hectic. But that's just how the wheel goes, I guess. That's the whole point of it, to get a random selection. I still managed to finish top of our team. Obviously the person in the train on their team finished top. But I have to say, I think Suez is a good map, but I did really enjoy this game. And I think if you want possibly a challenge or something different and you don't use this gun a lot, use the setup that I have used. It's very good, and I advise using the Tashin pistol. But thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoy these little series of Wheel of Fortune. There'll be more coming. Hopefully we'll get some random selections. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I really appreciate all the love and comments you guys give. I read every single one, obviously. Not that big, but at the same time I appreciate everyone that comments, likes, even just watches the video all the way into the end as well. If you've watched all the way into the end, I appreciate you a lot, because I know I can drive on a bit. But thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.